Yo, what's up, fellas? I wanted to get in. I wanted to talk about the draft and how I'm going about everything, because I just realized that I made some announcements in WIT that I didn't make over here. So I just want everybody to be clear about what's going on moving forward. But before I get into that, man, I got to give a shout out to the Super Bowl that was played today. Great game between Denver and Dallas. And boys put on the show. You know what I'm saying? Dallas was up about 14 in the first half, but couldn't hold on to the lead. The game changer of that Super Bowl game was the blocked field goal. You know, I mean, just imagine that. Of all games and all times for something like that to happen, it happens in a Super Bowl. You know, Dre probably haven't had his field goal blocked all season. If he did, what he did probably once, maybe twice the most. So, you know, talk about timing, right? So, yeah, man, it was a good game though. You know what I'm saying? It came down to the end. Dre pretty much was in the red zone at the end. He was near the red zone, rather. He was like at the 26-yard line, and threw a pass in the end zone on fourth down, and you know, incomplete, game over. You know, there's a couple of big plays that game. The blocked field goal was big, and it was fourth down. Carnage had the ball fourth down in the second quarter, and he was in the red zone. He went for it on fourth down and got a touchdown out of it. So there's a couple of things that happened that if it didn't play out that way, we may be crowning a different Super Bowl champion, but it played out the way it played out, man. But like I told Dre, man, the one thing Dre did is, like, you know, he may not have won the Super Bowl, but he made cats wake up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but the thing about these leagues, right? The thing about these leagues that's similar to real life is that in NFL, in real NFL football, that's just like these leagues, you can make it to the Super Bowl one season and never get back there again. You understand? That's why you gotta capitalize when you're there. And I know it's very hard to do. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do, man, because it's not easy to get back there. You know, it's not easy to get back because you gotta remember, teams in your conference is getting better next season. You know, everybody's gonna get better. Guys gonna get free agents. Guys gonna get rookies. You know, so everybody team pretty much improves. It just some people's teams improve a little more than others, you know. But it was a good game, man. Carnage went through a battle to get to the Super Bowl. Me and him had a good game. I ended up losing by 1 point on a missed extra point that the game was glitching out on me from the beginning. You know what I mean? But hey, man, that's how this, you know, EA Sports internet is, man. Like, you know, because the funny thing is, right, we always talk about somebody's internet. Like, my internet is just as good as anybody else's. I don't have no cheap internet, but I'm sure a lot of guys got a lot of good internet. But for some reason, when it comes to EA, people on the internet act up. But guys be on 2K, guys be on all these other games, you never hear about no internet issues, you know. And it's always EA that the internet starts acting up. But you know, he went through a wall. He went through the Jets. He went through the Steelers. He went through the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely had a tough road ahead of him. And I gotta crown him. He's a Super Bowl champ. Well deserved, well earned. You know what I mean? And now we'll wait to see what season 2 bring us. All right, now as far as you know, y'all know how after the season, like probably even right now, you can look at your roster and see like guys be getting turned down, guys be losing their X factors, guys be losing their superstars. Well, in WIT, I made the announcement days ago that normally we turn the guys back to, you know, whatever the upgrade was. But from now on, you're gonna have to earn getting that put back. You understand? So in other words, if you got a quarterback on your team, I don't care if he's young. I don't care if he's 24, 23 years old, and he's a superstar. If you rank at the bottom, for quarterbacks and you go from superstar to star next season, it's staying there. You understand? So everything got to be earned. Nothing is given, So, I'm not going to apply that right now, because I didn't announce it during the season. But moving on to season 2, this upcoming season, after season 2 is over, anybody who guys lost their X factor, lost their superstar, even lost their star, depending on the work you put in, depends on if you get it back or not. Now, the higher the upgrade that you lost, the more work you got to put in. In other words, if you're an X Factor and you lost your X Factor, you're probably going to have to be in the top 10 of that position. If you're a superstar and went to star, you're probably going to have to be in top 15 or 20 to get it back. If you're a star and went to normal, then the criteria is even lower. Then you probably just got to be top 25 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to make it difficult. I'm not saying that you got to be top 3 in order to get it back, but we just not giving nothing. We just not giving nothing away. You understand? Because me personally, I think it's kind of corny that you never. Because think about what's been going on with EA and these rosters. Y'all notice they update these rosters like every other week. And when this game came out, guys who wasn't superstars, X Factors are now superstars and X Factors. Guys who was superstars and X Factors are no longer superstars and X Factors. So I like that. The only problem I have with what Madden does in the franchise league is that they don't have no criteria. You can be the number 1 receiver, and still, yes, you still went from an X Factor to superstar. Why? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So I said, you know what? I kind of like the idea of, you know what? If you lose your trait and you ain't put no work in with them, then you just lose your trait. Now, it's about your individual stats, of course, as well as your record. You understand? So, a lot of things play a factor. Again, I'm not going to do that to this. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm just now talking about it. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Moving on to season 2. After season 2, if you lose your superstar, star, X Factor, we now going to look and see the stats that you put up. And if it doesn't qualify to be put back, we are not putting it back. So I just wanted to talk about that because I never talked about that over here. And that's because I assume everybody that's over here is in WIT anyway, and I don't even know if that's the case. I know Live Kid is not in WIT, but I don't know if he's the only one or what. You know what I'm saying? But I assume that guys would know, but I shouldn't assume nothing. I didn't make the announcement over here, so therefore I can't just spring that on y'all right now at the last second. Because guys definitely might have been playing different towards the end of the year had they known that. So you guys ain't got to worry about that right now. But moving forward, you definitely gonna have to keep that in mind. Now, as far as the draft, we are not going to draft. The draft will be simmed. I'm hearing too many negative things about the draft. Too many negative things about the draft as far as it's really messing up bad to where is that some people didn't even get their season back. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like going through that. So therefore, we're going to skip the draft and we're just going to have to set our board. We're going to have to set our board. So with that being said, the off season is going to fly by. Off season is going to fly by. And, because we're not drafting, everything is going to be a blur. So set your boards, set your boards, set your boards. You know, this is hopefully by the time we get to the end of season 2, because for what I'm hearing, a patch is definitely coming, but a patch is not out yet. So I'm guessing before season 2 is over, the patch will be out. So hopefully this will be a one-shot deal. You know, this will be a one-shot deal. So yeah, we definitely going to sim the draft, and we're going to sim the draft. I'm guessing. I'm right now. I'm looking to start the season tomorrow. You know what I mean? There's no need to wait. We ain't gonna have no draft, so might as well just get to it. You know, to be perfectly honest with you, you know, I think that's the best thing to do. No need to wait till no Saturday. Normally, y'all know I put a poll up, but what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Now free agency. I don't know. I don't know how many of y'all is aware how free agency works, but I'm pretty sure most of y'all know. But just in case some of y'all might have forgot, or some of y'all don't know, free agency is way different than it's ever been. And what I mean by that is that once we advance to free agency, guys can sign with anybody that they feel like it before we even advance to the next stage. In my other league in WIT, when we got to free agency, we said advance day was the next day at a certain time. Guys started putting bids on these players, on these free agents, and free agents was accepting the contracts and signing with guys early. I'm talking about before we even advanced. Now, it's two things that can be done. I could easily set a time to where is that, you know, I could set a time to where, you know, I can say you can't bid on guys until then. But the problem with that is that the problem with that idea, right, is that normally, if y'all know, for all these years, you know how I do free agency. I normally give free agency 24 hours because it's hard to get everybody on the game at the same time. And you try to be fair to the guys who got different schedules from others, so you want everybody to at least get a bid in, you know? So for me to set a time, everybody's not going to be able to participate at the time that I'm setting. So I can't set a time. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, what I'm basically letting you know is that once we advance to free agency, if you luck up and get somebody by putting a bid on them and they sign to them, I mean, the other side is this. What they gave the commissioners the ability to do in free agency, that if you sign a guy you got no business signing, I can take it away. I can void the signing. You know, I can fix that. They gave us the ability to do that. Now, I'm gonna post in the chat the Cardinals, right? The Cardinals is Murph. Murph is taking over the Cardinals. And you know, y'all know how it is that when you come in at the last second, they don't let you do certain things. And there's 3 players that they wouldn't let him sign, you know? So when them 3 players hit free agency, I'm gonna need for nobody to put a bid on them. Y'all know that when you come in at a certain stage, just like if a user comes in on free agency, you can't even participate in free agency. You gotta wait for an advance to happen. So Murph just took over the Cardinals team today, and you know, he's not getting a chance to re-sign these three guys that I'm going to post in the chat. So again, nobody put a bid on them 3 guys, and even though I'm saying this, and I'm going to go to in the chat, there's still going to be a knucklehead that's going to sign them anyway and say he didn't know. Now, here's the thing. I just told you I have the ability to take the signing away. I can void the whole signing. But besides that, besides that, if I have to do that to anybody that signed the players that I said not to sign, not only am I going to take the player away from you because I can, they gave the ability us to put the player back in free agency, but you're also going to get penalized. You know what I'm saying, for playing the dumb role like you didn't know. So there's 3 players that I will post in the chat. Please do not bid on these players. You understand? Let's just be happy that uh, we got a user to take over a team that wasn't being used. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing I do for one, I do for anybody. So this ain't about no favoritism. This ain't about because he just joined in. It's only the right thing to do. If the man is not getting opportunity to sign his players, the only thing that's the right thing to do is to let him be able to sign his players back once we hit free agency. But again, on free agency, there's going to be guys that you put a bid on, and guys is going to sign to guys. There's nothing I can do about that. I mean, again, I can take it away and put the player back in free agency, but what's the point? Because again, everybody's not gonna. I could tell you right now, nobody put bids on nobody until tomorrow, 6 Eastern, 7 Eastern, right? Now, even if I get some guys that say that's cool, they're going to be some guys that say that's not cool. And again, we didn't have no problems in the previous Madden with free agency because we advanced to free agency, and then it would carry over to the next day because we let everybody put a bid on people. You understand? So we know everybody's not going to be able to be on at the same time, so you give guys opportunity to put a bid on. The only problem is now is that if you put a bid on the guy, he might just sign with you. You know what? More power to you. So in other words, what I'm telling you is that, hey, if you happen to be somebody that's on the game when we advance to free agency and you get a player, hey, then that's it. I can't do nothing but stand down. Now again, it doesn't happen with everybody. It only happened with a few players. There's a lot of guys that still you have to wait till advance in order to sign players. But I'm just letting you know there are a few players that will sign with guys before we even advance. So if you happen to be on or be home when we advance to free agency, listen, you ain't doing nothing wrong by going to put a bid on a guy. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, I actually like it, though, to be honest. I think it's more and more like what goes on in the real NFL. If you notice, when the NFL, sometimes when free agency starts, soon as free agency hit, you start seeing guys already sign with teams. You know why? Because they was already in cahoots. You know what I'm saying? The signing just couldn't become official until free agency actually really started. So now they did that over here. As soon as free agency start, you're going to see guys signing with teams left and right. It's not going to be a lot of guys, but it will be a few. So again, there's nothing I can do about that. So again, if you happen to be somebody that's home or whatever, and we're in free agency, hey, go put a bill on the guy. So I just wanted to cover a few things, let it be known about what's going on over here. So Murph is the card. So we have one team left, and that is the Patriots. You know what I mean? So hopefully we'll get a patch user this season, and we will be full. As far as when I'm starting free agency, I can't do it tonight because I think that I don't know if everybody re-signed their players. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if everybody re-signed their players. So I'm actually going to go up the chat right now as I'm live to find out if everybody signed their players. Then I would advance to free agency tonight. But I need to know if anybody needs to re-sign their guys. Pardon me, I'm just typing in the chat real quick. But yeah, we definitely could get to free agency tonight. And the thing about it is tomorrow. All right, Rio, when are you getting home? Are you going to be able to re-sign your players tonight? And then why? Then what's going on with you guys that still got to resign? Why do y'all have to sign guys? Well, you know what? I can't even say that because um, I had to resign because there are some guys that you don't get the opportunity to sign until the last week. You know, so it's like that sometimes. I get it, and then sometimes guys decline you, and then you got to wait till your final offer, at the end of the season. So it is what it is. It's cool, but as far as that's what I'm saying. He says he's on his way home now, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get the free agency tonight after all. But if we don't advance the free agency tonight, then I got to come up with a time to when we're going to do it tomorrow. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you get declined, and you gotta wait until this stage in order to re-sign the guy. And at this point, this is your last opportunity. If a guy declines you now, the only thing you can do is put a franchise tag or let him walk. So because that's the thing. That's why that be happening. But yeah, I got to figure out if we don't advance the free agency. Anybody else? Is there anybody else that need to re-sign? You guys got to speak up and let it be known because the thing is, some of you guys got to do a better job of staying in the loop of what's going on in the league. Because and that's my other league too, not just this league. And I know every league you always got guys that come and pop out of nowhere and ask you a question about something that you just went over. Listen, man, you guys that's in the league, y'all have to stay in cahoots of what's going on, because, even right now, we're talking about re-sign, right? So if we're talking about re-sign, that means the next stage is free agency. If you got to re-sign, you got to speak up. You can't wait till I advance the free agency and then say, oh, I didn't get to re-sign my guys. Like, everybody know they're part of it. And this the thing. This is why I always talk about communication. Everybody that's in the league knows they're in the league, right? We all know we're a part of a league. We all know we're in these mad leagues. So with that being said, no, I'm not. You got a franchise tag a player you don't wanna. So what you saying? You doing that? Are you doing that tonight or are you doing that tomorrow? Cause like I say, if I gotta let re-sign stay overnight, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I don't have a problem with letting because it didn't get advanced to re-sign till later on. Hours later after the Super Bowl was played. So I get it. I don't wanna short nobody. The one thing I never do is rush to shortchange somebody. No matter what the league is saying. You know what I mean? I never get caught up in what the league is saying. You can never get caught up in that because a lot of guys only going to think about themselves. Me as a commissioner, I got to do what's right for the league and for everyone. So if we, you said you can't resign him yet. What you mean? So we at the resign stage. So what you mean? You got a franchise tag him, and if so, are you able to do that tonight, or do you have to wait till tomorrow because you out for the night or something? I just want to be clear because again, if I gotta hold this until tomorrow, that's fine. But I just need to know, So anybody that needs to resign that's not home, I'm gonna go it too because everybody. All right, cool. Yeah, you can do that then. Because I'm gonna go at the chat because everybody don't listen to what I'm saying, which is fine. But a lot of things is easier for me to talk about than type. I can break things down in way more detail rather than type. But I still sum it up. And put things in the chat. So for guys that don't listen to this, at least they can read what's going on. But you guys got to communicate when y'all in leagues, man. I mean, I don't expect y'all to hold these leagues to any type of thing that goes on in your real life at all, right? We all do this for recreation. But the only thing I am saying is that if they're being that you know you're in the league, just do the right thing and just communicate. Simple. That's all. Something real easy, straight to the point, whatever. Like, just so we ain't got to be sitting around for no reason. You know what I mean? So that's the main thing. Like tonight, I'm saying with the whole re-sign thing, there's no need for me to re-sign. There's no need for me to let re-sign last a whole night if nobody else got to re-sign guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about communication. It's all about communication. That's it. That's all. Once we communicate, then we got no problems. You know. So yeah, that's pretty much the things that I want to discuss. And another thing too that I don't think I talked about in this league that I talked about in Wit. You know how a lot of times that we play, especially in this league, we play and the game don't save. Now I feel like that's a waste of time, right? Especially if you put up a stat game, you blew somebody out by 5, 6 scores, and you had a quarterback or a wide receiver that went crazy. What I came up with, what I decided to do was, instead of you just taking a loss, and what I mean by taking a loss is that, if you beating somebody 50-3 and the game didn't save, yeah, all right, you'll get the forced win, but you're still taking a loss. Like, everything you did don't count. So what I decided to do is give out some attribute points to that player, to at least accommodate the work that he just put in. So keep that in mind as well. I don't want guys to feel like they just wasted a whole hour out their time, put up these amazing stats, and they got nothing to show for it. Because the biggest problem with the game not saving is that you won't get a chance for a breakout game for that player. You follow me? If you had a defensive end that had 5 sacks that game, but the game don't save, now that all just went down the drain, and there's no breakout game coming because that game didn't save. So I decided to say, you know what? Instead of you just not banking from that, benefiting from that at all, I decided I'm going to give out a couple of attribute points, just to accommodate the work that you just put in on that game. So just keep that in mind as well. But what I will say is you're going to have to take pictures of a particular person, and no, you don't got to take pictures of the whole team. I mean, let's be honest. We all know who's killing as the game going on. If your quarterback is putting up big time numbers. If your running back is rushing for big time numbers. If your receiver is catching for big time yards. If your cornerback is balling, he got 3 or 4 picks. Like, we all know what's going on in that game. So I'm saying, take a picture, and you ain't even, and guess what? You might take a picture and might not even have to show it because the game saved. I'm just saying take a picture because if it just so happens that the game don't save, you can hit me, what I'm saying, and say, yo, look, the game didn't save, man. My quarterback threw for 500 yards, yo. All right, cool. And I'm saying take pictures because I can't take everybody's word for it. You understand? Unfortunately, you got some people that will try to take what I'm saying and try to make it work for them and try to scheme off of it by telling me, yo, the game didn't save. Yo, my wide receiver had 250 yards receiving. No, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? I need to see that. Can you prove that? That's where the pictures come in. So there probably will be times you guys take pictures and there's just going to be a picture that doesn't even count because the game saved. But I'm just saying you got to take pictures for your own benefit. That's all I'm saying. So just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Just keep that in mind. I always try to look out and do what I can for the league. But that's why I also decided to say, you know what? I can't just keep always worrying about giving. I got to let you know that, listen, things can be taken away. So, again, that's why I came up with the whole, at the end of the year, if you lost your superstar X Factor, and I look at the stats and you ain't putting no work in, then nah, you can't get that back. So you're going to have to ball. You're going to have to ball. So, yeah, but I think that this next upcoming season is going to be, this next upcoming season is going to be really interesting because man, at AFC tough. Guys gonna get teams gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, the NFC is gonna get tough as well. It's gonna get more because guys teams gonna get better. You got to remember this is only season one. You know, some guys didn't have the right weapons that they need in order to make things happen, but they'll have it now. So both conferences are going to get better. Season two is going to definitely bring some fireworks. We got a champ going into season two, you know, so it's definitely going to bring some excitement to season two, you know. But again, as far as you guys that got to re-sign, Dre, you said you got to re-sign. Um, Are you re-signing? Are you going to be able to re-sign today, or you know, that's something that you got to take care of tomorrow? You know, you guys need to communicate with me and let me know. You know, so I know what to do. You know, because I don't want to advance the free agency and then somebody pop up 30 minutes later talking about, yo, I had to resign some of my guys. You know, because the only people that I'm holding, the only team that I'm holding players for is the Cardinals, and that's the team that Murph took, and that's because they're not allowing him to sign certain guys. So anybody else, that doesn't apply to you. So I definitely would advise y'all to make sure you resign your guys, franchise them, do whatever it is you need to do. You know, but yeah, season two is gonna be very interesting. I know me and my Jets, we got a chip on our shoulder. We lost a playoff game by a missed extra point because the game glitched on us at that very second. So we definitely coming into next season with a chip on our shoulder, with a bad taste in our mouth. You know, but it's all competitive. It's all competition. You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys get real personal in here. I don't get personal with nobody on here. You know what I mean? It's all just competitive fun for me. You know, so I'm looking forward to next season. I'm sitting here now, yeah. As you can see, this mock draft I got on here. Um, Mock draft is basically they predicting what team's going to pick which players. You know, it's pretty interesting when you look at it because you like, you know, you see certain names with certain teams. You know, where's the Jets at? Where's my? I'm looking for my team. They got us taking a tight end. Interesting. Interesting. We definitely could use a tight end, but I like the young tight end that we got. I ain't even gonna lie. We got a nice little young tight end over there. I think he about 6'4". He between 6'4" and 6'6". You know, decent speed. Definitely could be. Definitely need to be built, but definitely got some good potential numbers over there. So I don't necessarily think I would be going for a tight end, but unless I just feel like this tight end I can't pass on. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking to see who guys got for what, like what they got. Uh, Very interesting. They got Will Anderson going the first pick in the draft to the Patriots. Wow. But I guess that's what it is. They feel like the Patriots don't need a quarterback. They feel like the Patriots got Matt Jones. They got Bryce Young going to the Bucks. They got C.J. Stroud going to the Eagles, which is surprising because they got Jalen Hurts. So I'm surprised that they even have that on there for that. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. The Texans got the fourth pick. The Texans got the fourth pick. Okay. Cards got the fifth pick. Um, all right. Alright, so yeah, so you good, bro. You took care of business. Dre is what I need to, because Dre's the only one that I heard that say he got to resign. But once again, um, Marzelli, I see you saying that you need time. So that's what I'm saying. I'm probably just gonna let it carry over till tomorrow because you know, if you to be perfectly honest with you, it is kind of fast to advance to free agency just in a couple of hours. You know what I mean? And I don't want nobody to lose no players that they didn't want to lose. You know what I mean? Like the right thing to do is to leave it till tomorrow. The only reason why I was even considering advances tonight is because if everybody's already finished with their franchise, I mean finished with their re-sign, then there's no need to let it sit. But at the end of the day, I know the right thing to do is to leave it till tomorrow. But I'm just trying to make sure that I don't assume. I don't want to assume that, and then everybody's saying, "Nah, I'm good. I've resigned." Then it's like, all right, then we could push forward. So I'm just trying to, you know, see, how everybody is moving with the resign stage. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. But very, very interesting how this draft gonna play out because we only can set our boards. You know, let me see something. How can you? Can you even set your boards? Hold on. Can you even set your boards? How you Let me see. Let me make sure I ain't tripping. All right, yeah. You gotta press triangle for all those that don't know. You gotta press triangle to set your board. You see how it says add favorite? So just keep that in mind. But yeah, y'all. So I'm just trying to monitor. I'm just trying to monitor how this resign thing, gonna play out because you know, I don't wanna speedball and leave nobody hanging. So I'm just trying to be clear. So again, just trying to be clear before I make any sudden moves. Because once I get off this game for the night, I'm off. I ain't getting back on. So just trying to see, what's what. You know. So I know I got two guys that's saying that they need Dre, and Marzelli saying that they need Tom. So you know, and that's just the two that I know. There might be others that didn't get a chance to even say anything yet. So yeah, we might end up just staying till tomorrow. But now the next question becomes when, if I do stay till tomorrow, if I do leave it here till tomorrow, when do I advance to free agency? That's a whole nother question. So, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna get home till tomorrow. I'm not gonna get home tomorrow until, well, no, I can't say that. I can't say that. Yeah, I am gonna get home late, but what I'll probably do is, if I don't advance to free agency tonight, I'll probably advance to free agency tomorrow, like about in the morning, probably like about I don't know, o'clock. After, I mean, if it's not in the morning, it'll be 12 noon. You know what I mean? Something like that. Or around like 1:30. I don't know. It's going to be early though. Like if I don't advance the free agency tonight, free agency, and if I don't do it, I'll get one of the commissioners to do it early. But I'm not going to let free agency stick around till tomorrow night because I don't know. I guess that's what I'll put a poll out for. You know what I'm saying, to see. You know, but I kind of feel like leaving it because now that free agency is the way that it is, there is no right way to do it. You understand? Because everybody is not available at in the evening, and everybody's not available early in the day. You know, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'll see. I'll see. I guess I'll put a poll out. You know, and I'll go with the majority to say. If majority says, well, I just go with y'all know what I mean when I say majority. I go with, whoever wins. If advance early tomorrow, like early afternoon wins, then, I'll do that. But if tomorrow evening wins at, 7, 8, if that wins, then I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's why I say it's important to communicate. If you guys already re-signed, we can advance the free agency tonight. But I don't want to do it without hearing from guys. So, the thing is, Dre and Marzelli said they got to, but they're not saying when they're going to be. They're not saying when. You know what I'm saying? So again, are they going to re-sign their guys tonight? Or what? I'm about to ask them now. Well, I'm about to just talk in general and see what they say. But I'm probably just going to put a poll out. But yeah, so I just hold on. I'm just I'm just trying to be fair to everybody. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to sit on resign till tomorrow, if we don't have to. You know what I mean? So I'm not just automatically going to we're gonna advance tomorrow, because if we don't have to, we can advance tonight. We keep moving tonight. But again, I need to see, who needs to do what and how much time they may need. But if we don't advance tonight, I'm putting the poll out, and the poll will end in the morning, because if tomorrow afternoon, I mean, you know what? Here's what I think. I think the right thing to do, if we don't advance tonight, I think the right thing to do is to set free agency till tomorrow evening, and then we just knock it out that way, and just after free agency we run through the draft, skip the draft, and get to the season. I don't. Part of me don't even think it should be no poll to put out, but then again, I can't say that, because if tomorrow afternoon happens to win, then that means I was wrong. That means there are more guys saying, yeah, do that, than I thought. I just don't like to just assume for nobody. I try to do the right thing that's out of my hands. So even if somebody got an issue with it, you can't say I chose to do it to benefit me because if I just go by whatever one on the poll, then it's not about me. I just went with one. So, but again, if it was up to me, I would advance the free agency tonight. If I had it my way. But again, I gotta wait for the guys to let me know what's their status. But yeah. So keep that in mind, y'all. I went over everything I wanted to go over. Get ready for season 2, showdown, any given Sunday. And we're gonna rock out. We're gonna rock out. I think that's about it. I think that's all I wanted to cover. Yeah, that's about it. I don't think I need to say nothing else right now at this moment. So, like I said, I will be putting the guys in the chat that Murph is not able to sign. So please, nobody put a bid on them guys. And again, I can take the bid off. Even if you sign them, I can redo the signing. But not only am I going to redo the signing, like I said, you're going to get penalized. So just do the right thing, man. And the names that you see me post in the chat, don't bid on. Just don't put a bid on them. You know what I mean? Keep it simple. Like, don't get an unnecessary, penalty for nothing. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's about it. That's pretty much all I wanted to cover. Just wanted to tap in with y'all and let y'all know, how we doing things around here. As far as what I explained earlier with guys losing their traits and stuff like that, and along with a few other things that I spoke about, but that's about it. Again, the new season will start tomorrow. No need to let it sit around. We're not doing the draft. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Part of me don't even care that we gotta set our board, because that draft be taking a minute, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that draft be taking a while, and at least now we ain't gotta wait, till 2 days and stuff like that to get the season started. We're gonna get right to it, right to it. So keep that in mind. Yeah, that's everything I wanted to touch on. Again, I will put something in the chat in regards to the players that you can't touch, and then we will put something in the chat as far as the re-sign, as far as who need to re-sign, so we all can be on the same page, but that's about it, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all no more. I'm ready for the next season to get here, just like y'all, just trying to do things the right way, not get caught up in the rush, but I'll see y'all on the next 5th. I'm out.